thank you for coming back and watching my videos. If you have anything to say after you watch this one, take a look down in the comments and let it all out. Of course, subscribe and like if you also enjoy the content. The CEO of Virtux VE, Ray Flynn, has lied to his talents, staff members, and others. These are some serious allegations, holy crap. Scammed numerous people out of money. Former talent, staff, and others now speaking out. It says, important notice, please note that all the staff hired by Ray Flynn are just as much in the dark as we were. Any ill feelings should be directed to Ray Flynn himself. Quoted from Vixie's Google document, Scaria's document contains a similar quote. Morning, someone joined False ID's Discord and shared that she was a former undebuted talent of Virtux VE. The short version that I've read is that the CEO, Ray Flynn, is a scammer who made a bunch of promises and never kept, ignored people, and then they asked about these promises, defamed other talents, didn't pay artists or editors, and asked talents to pay for things while promising to pay them back. Never ended up paying them back. Oh boy, another black company. Holy moly. Lied about being partnered with Vshoujo. This is a short version. Here are my direct sources. Gen 1, tweet from Apollo Alto, tweet from Lulu, Synth.ai, and Shiro Zavalia were terminated. Synth also made a statement, and all these other ones, including the Google Docs, I will show them to you. Gen 2 Saga, everybody is saying something here, and of course, you have the Google Docs there as well. And of course, other people, the manager, artists, all editors, the artists, they're just all, and then response from the CEO at the end. I'll show them to you shortly. Here's the thing. Contracts weren't written by a real lawyer. CRA number listed on the contract was not a CRA number. Virtux is not a company, it's a business. Ray was not legally allowed to hire outside of Canada. Contract wasn't real. So yeah, all this stuff here, it must insist the statements made providing screenshots and details of server conversations to be deleted immediately. Ray is trying to do some protection. I'd like to stress that this announcement is not a notice of graduation. Apollo is saying keep the bitterness to a shortness here. Of course, this is a big one. Going to keep the short and bittersweet. Been a little while since joined Virtux. As was the case within others in the group, came to Virtux under the expectation of promises and support opportunities, most of which were never manifested, most of which is possible never existed, or were never intended to be carried out in the first place. While there have been some positives during the year, even the origins of the circumstances were not entirely advertised. Lack of support paired with other issues, especially non-payment to third parties, eventually became greater obstacle to my continued growth and happiness within the space. It says they plan to continue as an independent VTuber, try to foster a place where as many people can have a good time. They appreciate the community being kind to them, and express solidarity with all the other people having issues, as mentioned here. Not a graduation, don't worry. Lulu also let themselves be known. They're going to be parting ways on December 12th. It's at some point, everything slipped through the cracks and delays in production, etc., etc. Thankful for everyone who has joined. Synth AI, I'm happy to announce that I will be continuing my VTubing journey independently, as I had covered when they actually got terminated. They're going to be doing their stuff. I had covered this company before. I had covered them a long time ago. Termination talents Shiro Zavalia and Synth AI. I covered this part a while back, if I remember correctly. Deeply moved by everyone's responses towards the agency I was formerly in. Filled with a lot of emotion, my termination was wrongful and personally targeted, as I also, like I said, if you go back to when I covered Synth AI, then yes, I did cover all of the stuff that they were going through. Mukia VT, not be saying any more here. If you want further information, I'll do my best. Another one that is mentioning all the bad things that were happening in their contract here. Says, contacted early spring of 2023, many promises were made, none of them kept. Basically the same thing. It's that a lot of promises were made, a lot of payments were promised, a lot of things, again, as they're mentioning here. They want to grow up, they wanted to join, every single one of them wanted to join in order to make, new waves, to grow, to become a part of something bigger. And of course, they decided to split as of December 12th. And it says the communication was poor, promises weren't made, weren't kept. Ray Flynn was unprofessional, questionable, stayed longer than I probably should have, hoping for improvement, but they never did. And Kitty also did a testimony on Virtux. If you want to see everything, some of the messages sent. Been quiet, we're signed with Vshoujo now. According to them, also Virtux and Vshoujo had a connection, and that is not true. That was one thing that was not true. Blair is another VTuber who, if I believe, was an artist with them. Yana is another VTuber who was with Virtux. Same things, the same things you're going to be seeing in every single one of their documents, their things. They were promised substantial support, growth, opportunities, other type of things. Time progressed, they didn't get any of those. And that is one thing you're going to be seeing again and again and again. All of them. Cody also says, thank you for our support. They're going to be splitting as well on December 12th. Announcement from Aqua, not a graduation. Same issues. December 12th, leaving. All these people are leaving. Scary Faye, also doing former pre-debut talent at Virtux. Document outlines my experience. Also, false promises. Vixie as well. Document describes my own personal experience as a talent of Virtux community. I hope this serves as an explanation of my prolonged absences. Again, you have Cost Vtuber. All these other people here. They were all a part of it. Zion, Tomboy Sea Slug. Right now, Zion Zeep is an independent VTuber doing an amazing job as they are. During my interview with Ray Flynn, unprofessional comments made about other agencies, FaZe, Hololive, and Nijisanji, which should have been my first red flag. Ray had promised a new outfit for my Model 3.0. Was already in the works. More was promised to sign with them in September of this year. Fortunately, after last month, I was doubting that it was even going to happen. So basically, they are heartbroken about the whole situation and mortified that all these things are coming out. And of course, Kale enjoyed my time being a manager while it lasted. Not elaborating further on the subject, for more details, better heard from the talents themselves. They suffered for so long, their recounts are listed below. Of course, as mentioned, a lot of promises, nothing kept. I'm just going through these very quickly, of course, because there's so much here. Inky's experience for Virtux and Ray Flynn, the CEO. All these things promised, all these making them work harder than they should. Inky was another editor / artist working with them. Artist, editors, please be careful on smart corporates doing your work for them and saying all of them are like this. But Ray Flynn used to be CEO and quit without telling me about it, haven't paid 250 euros on a highlight since last month. And whenever asked about it, they said that they're busy with family stuff, new wave, etc. They pushed it back as far as they could. And it says, I don't know if I've been lied to the entire time, just doing my job and work as a freelance. And I warned them more time that would be needed to reply and send the money. We'll talk about it on Twitter. They just were bad. Again, here, Ruby Khan mentioning things in the past. If y'all are curious, here's how Ray Flynn was apparently hospitalized when he had a month-old invoice. Of course, will do. Sorry. Totally right. It's been a rough few weeks health-wise and finally hit its peak. Sorry, please send them both again. I'll get them paid. Again, always asking for, you always have to beg. And the info received, it was received by them. The last few days haven't been great. Again, like I never do this. That's why most artists nowadays ask for at least half as a promise of paying the rest of it, as kind of just getting something before anything gets done. My personal experience as a manager for Virtux as well, Virtux X, whatever you want to call it, they were really bad. And here's Ray Flynn. Want to address this once. I failed the talent, staff, contractors trusted me. That is something I can't dispute. I was unfortunately handling things on my own, and while I don't deserve sympathy or empathy, I tried my best to hold things up by myself, cracked under the pressure, made promises I couldn't hold up, and to avoid disappointing people, promised more and more. While no one may believe me, my intentions starting this agency were good. I had granted talents a lower budget than what was given to them, provided management for setup of my own pocket funding, even when the agency wasn't making any money. Basically, a lot of excuses. Health took a massive turn for the worse. Funds were draining. Unfortunately, I had no one to help take over and manage things while I was gone. It goes longer and longer, but it's all excuses. Because of this, I couldn't keep up with the commitments, and I wasn't able to communicate with talents, continue to try to meet expectations and falling short. These were many issues we faced starting the company. With past talent, we parted ways for various reasons: harassment of talents, breaching a contract, blah, blah, blah. According to him. This is all according to this Ray Flynn person, them. We will be making an official statement on the account, but talent agreements will be dissolved appropriately or resolved. Or the agreements of contracts, I guess, in this case. Accounts with contractors will be made whole, and talents will be allowed to keep their IP and anything paid by Virtux with no expectation of repayment. Truly wish I could have met up to standards, told management creators working with us, but I never started this company to make money. Paid it to help smaller. They're trying to, at this point, it just seems they're trying to manipulate everyone into feeling bad for them. Of course, if they truly feel bad about this, don't make another company. Or if you do, get better people to make sure to manage every single bit of it in order so everything can get paid and you won't screw over people again. While some statements from the past talents may not be whole in accuracy due to circumstances of their termination, I do hope you can support the talents, partners, staff, and artists working with us. Additionally, I will be stepping away from public platforms to work on myself, educate myself, hopefully never disappoint people that trust in me again. The only way people will trust in you again is you showing that you are deserving of trust. As much as it may mean nothing now, I'm truly sorry for failing and hurting others in the process. And that is the last word on the whole situation. I do hope the talents are made whole, and I do hope that when they move as indies, they are heavily supported by the community as they deserve, and they have much success. Say what you will about Claude's foot and mouth moments. Yes, he has put his foot in his mouth in the past. This is one where, like I said, when there's a W, there's a W. He finally gets a new outfit which is great. It sucks that people before him don't get new outfits. It sucks that people that have been there for years, it's kind of, as you know, they do it in kind of a gotcha system. Basically, you put in their thing as a lottery, and if your name comes up, you could be there for 6 months and boom, you're gonna get yourself a new outfit. You could be there for 6 years and you'll never win the lottery. It's one of those situations that does happen, unfortunately. And in this case, Claude won the lottery, which, like I said, I will not see as anything other than a W for him.
You got, oh my God, new hair. Your hair's so floofy. I know. I'm able to use this, and I've been holding out for a while. Trust me when I say, like, I've been wanting to for quite some time, but this is where I'm at. This is where I'm at. For like outfit reveals that came to memory.
And that is the thing. Of course, like I said, I'm not someone who hates the talents, and a W is a W. Designs are right, but y'all, is it just me or is it rigging dude's body real stiff? That's one thing I was gonna say, honestly. Nijisanji really has that problem. Nijisanji has that huge problem of the rigging being really stiff. Like, I understand Life 2D can be more stiff than 3D, but the movement of the neck, there is no movement of the neck. It looks like maybe they've been in an accident type of thing. It is really stiff. And that is the issue that I have. They've suffered from this for as long as I can remember, unless you're calling them extra stiff in comparison to Nijisanji standard. Nijisanji artist, it's really stiff. They seem to know what Nijisanji wants. They don't want very much movement. It's either one of two things. The person says they don't want to pay extra money for the rigging artist, doesn't know how to do it. Could be either one. Either they don't want to pay extra money to have it move, or they've just, the artist may not know how to make it move so much. I think it's less on the artist and more on just the stinginess of Nijisanji overall. So I will criticize the company, like I said. But right now, Claude has a W, and I'm okay with him having a W. There's not anyone who makes a similar joke or probably to be copying me. Okay, cool, good for him. And, makes me wonder if Vivi and Kunai had to pay an extra exit toll fee for the second outfits they never used. Their graduations are close enough. And also, you have to remember, like I said, a lot of these things are actually a lottery system, so they may not have actually even had anything planned for them, anything coming up. They may not have had anything. But I'm glad that because Kunai and Vivi wanted out, that they were able to get out. If they wanted to stay, I would have supported them staying too. But since they wanted out, I'm glad they got out. And Claude, I do hope he keeps getting wins. I do hope that he actually has support in some way, shape, or form, because he's the last one of TTT left. And Nijisanji does not have a good track record of supporting their talents. Bae from Hololive Promise has reached a milestone, a huge milestone for any VTuber. She is part of the 1 million subscriber club. She has been hardworking at this. She's been working really hard at this. And of course, she says, hope our little idol rat has been putting a smile on your face. Cheers to all 1 million brats. Here's to the promise of more fun, more adventure, and more chaos with you all. Of course, congratulations to Hakos Bales for reaching 1 million subscribers. Thank you, everyone. And here is the moment. I wanted to get you guys in the moment, in that opportunity to show you everything and to show you what's happening. Currently, she's singing The Hero, which is One Punch Man's intro. And here we go. She reached 1 million, and then everyone goes insane. She's going insane. She's like, oh my God, I reached it. Oh my God, I reached it. And everyone, of course, is having a good time, wishing her the best. Super chats, the memberships, everything. And then, of course, she goes through all of it. There she goes. She's out there. She's getting emotional. Of course. She is emotional about the situation. She finally did it. Thanks to every single one of you. She continues singing, of course. It's an emotional moment for any creator to reach that point. And of course, in Bae style, she goes on and she moves on to her next song.
太郎が日本に来てくれたので、tomorrow we've got a members only stream. We're gonna be watching the new anime. So all new members, thank you so much for all the membership gifts today. You guys went crazy. And thank you so much for all the super chats. I will read them next week when I'll do a super chat reading stream. I haven't done it in a while, but I really want to.
So yeah, she's very thankful to her community, very thankful to everyone who gave her this humongous milestone. She earned it. Every single girl, for every single VTuber, boy and girl, man and woman, they, them, every single one of them have earned whatever milestones they reach. The Hololive girls have earned every single milestone they reach. The Holo Stars boys as well. Every single one of them, congratulations. News with Lamy. Lamy talks about the harsh days when she just debuted and wishes that everyone would welcome and be kind to the new talents. We're going to go over, this is all on our Hololive, of course, getting it from the source, from Hololive fans, and we're taking a look at it, and then we're going to see some of the responses. Here's what she says. Back when I debuted as part of the 5th gen, Hololive was experiencing a massive surge in popularity. Because of that, there was a large amount of criticisms. People said things like, she's not on Hololive's level. I got so many comments like that. Some even called us the cockroach generation. They'd even show up in chat. It was awful. Then just 1 month later, super talented EN Gen 1 made their debut with incredible momentum. And the vibe became, who needs the 5th gen anyways? Of course, it really hurt. Holy moly. Let me just look. I usually don't interrupt this way, but holy crap. No, each and every one of them are extremely talented. Polka is an amazing entertainer. She takes her circus kind of lore to the full extent. She does a lot of things to entertain. Lamy is a nice chill streamer. She's very, 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 very scared of scary games. She gets frightened very easily. Botan is an FPS master. She has that laugh. She's one of those people that doesn't get scared very easily. Kind of like Anya in ID. You have Alo, who unfortunately had to leave because of other situations. Right now, she is Delutaya, if you want to know where Alo went. And of course, then you have Nene. Nene has her own side. She's very creative, very imaginative, has a lot of different ideas that she pops out. She loves stag beetles, like beetles. She's a beetle collector. She has a lot of amazing things. To be said as a cockroach generation and who needs a 5th gen, this angers me. It just ticks me off. For anyone to say that about anybody, whether they be Nijisanji or anybody, the VTubers are trying their hardest. Don't worry, I don't care about that now. People can say whatever, I'll just block them. When someone has just debuted, they'll try so many new things and working so hard. It's a time when they're especially vulnerable to getting hurt, very much so. Please welcome them with open arms and kindness, truly. And of course, talking about Flowglow in this situation. And of course here, 2 weeks after debut of Gen 5 lost Aloe. Exactly. 4 weeks after debut, suddenly Holomeet took the world by storm. Then the whole shifty Taiwan thing and our wife Nenechi had to get completely overhauled by Mama Nishizawa and delaying her 3D debut. Gen 5 has had some bumps, but they're my favorite gen of all and I support them all. They worked hard and grew up alongside senpais and new kohais, forming their own group identity and individual identities. I cannot imagine Hololive without cool FPS Lion and wacky Polmao and drunkard lovely Lamy or our crazy dorky husband collecting Nenechi. Exactly. They all give a strong presence. They all have a strong presence. Of course, it took them a little bit to get there. There were some bumps along the way, but they have a strong presence. And that is what annoys me with people saying this. People are they are trolling in many cases to see if they can get a response. And two, I understand having your loyalties. I understand having, liking a certain generation, but don't discount the new ones. People are trying hard. Like I say the same thing about Nijisanji. This is about Hololive, of course. But people always mention Nijisanji hand in hand. The new generations, it is not the fault of the generations if they're not doing so well. In Nijisanji's side, it's management. In Hololive's side, it's just antis and stuff like that. And sometimes it takes them a bit to grow. But of course, support them. They're a very close-knit gen. All very different from each other in a way that complements that rather than clashes. Then joining just as Hololive exploded meant that they have a unique perspective compared to most senior members. And it says, of course, please watch the clips for more. The source clips are there, source stream. Truly gotten stronger from those days and incredibly proud of her for that. Obviously, there's still very problematic things when Regloss debuts. Aokun and Raden also received a lot of harsh comments like those Lamy mentioned. And to an extent, I'm sure that Flowglow is facing them right now. Of course, it is be kind. Just try to be kind. If you don't vibe with them, nothing wrong with that. Leave. Don't watch them anymore. Go to your favorite Oshi. Go to your other liver. Do not be one of these a-holes and actually say something negative to them, please. Taipei, Taiwan is not only going to hold a world tour concert, but also a separate fan meeting with different casts. And here we go. The Hololive Meet from at Taipei, Taiwan is at 2025, 118 on Saturday. Of course, 1400 to 1530 at their time over there. They're having Towa, which is going to be there. That's their first announced one. They're going to have many, many more announced, of course. But Towa is the first one to be announced for the meet and greet. It's not just going to be one VTuber. You know how Hololive is. Hololive will not just have one VTuber there. A lot of Towa fans in Taiwan, so it'll probably be bloodbath to get tickets if it's not lottery based. I think they're going to do a lottery based. Just my personal opinion. When it comes to the Taipei, Taiwan stuff, a lot of the things they've been doing recently, when it comes to concerts, meet and greets, any kind of special events, they've been doing a lot of lottery-based systems. A lot of lottery-based systems happen, and of course, they're going to continue happening because you have scalpers, you have other people who are less, not very scrupulous, who are doing things that, you know, they're trying to get 20, 30, 40 tickets and then sell them at a much higher price, which is why Hololive has had to put in the system to try to prevent all of that from happening. It sucks, but human nature is, you know, especially with capitalism and all that kind of stuff, they try to make money with as little work as possible. So, hopefully, this goes well for Towa and anyone else involved. Now, Ironmouse is talking about the whole situation. Let's see what she has to say about the 9-year-old thing.
I try not to, but did y'all see that shit with that agency that like wants to debut like a 9-year-old kid as like a VTuber? Did y'all see that shit? I saw that shit and I was like, bro, what? I don't think they're gonna be on Twitch. I think they're gonna be on YouTube. I'm just saying, if I was in that agency and the agency tried to pull that shit, I would leave. That's all I'm gonna say. I would leave.
Well, of course.
I would leave. You know, they have to be at least 13. You have to be at least 13 years old to go on League of Legends. I'm just saying, bro. I just think that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. That is a bad idea. And I'm like, I saw that shit on Twitter yesterday, and I'm like, fucking excuse me? Excuse me? That's like a literal child.
It is. It literally is.
And then they put out a statement, and I'm just like reading it, and I'm just like, what the fuck? That's crazy talk. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, if I was in that agency, I would leave.
And of course, anybody would. Because it is crazy talk. It is bad. It is not good for the person. It's not good for anyone involved. It's not good for the child. It leads to a lot of nasty things. And of course, the agency doesn't learn. Market is on VR chat from December 7th to the 22nd. Explore over 23 worlds featuring more than 1,200 creators showcasing avatars, music, 3D models, events, group, and more. This year, Virtual Market 2024 Winter will be combined with Music VCat. Looking forward to it. Make sure to come say hello during the event, of course. They have Virtual Market collab streamer here. Virtual Market Winter is coming. Can't wait to explore so many worlds. 23 different worlds. There's VR chat there. There's a lot of people there with the VR chat stuff. And of course, here we are watching the whole Virtual Market stuff. It's a long one, of course. I'm not going to show the music because the music usually ends up getting me copywritten in some way, shape, or form. They have different sections. Of course, they have New York, Paris, Tokyo, a lot of different areas you can go. Wheel of Death, a little carnival section, other places, a castle section. Very, very, very fully well done stuff, and I'm very glad to see them do it. And of course, just giving you guys a little bit of a rundown of what's going on there. Squirmimi, who is part of Hexakai Gen 3 of Raid Group's Globies, is a slimy snail girl. Slow moving, but right now she wants to see if she can get some YouTube/Discord mods. The applications are open. Want to help me squirt safely? Want to poke my eyes when I'm being dumb? Want to feel my tentacles sloppily wrap around your butt? Anyways, I'm looking for some special slugs to help me run things and help keep the community safe. Yippee! Safety! As well as being a mod, you'll also get the chance to work alongside little old Mimi. That's me. Other beautiful Globy goobers who have helped build our community. Make shell-tastic friends along the way, and you'll get salt privileges, so you can deal with any nasties who come our way, so they can throw salt. The delicious salt. Link to application is right here. It's a forms in Google, of course. Bonus points, experience modding for other Globy members, experience with Discord, YouTube bots, UK Europe time zone, and a movie nerd ahead. 18 plus. They all must be 18 plus, of course, because it's just safer for Globy itself. Globy is a large agency. 18 plus is actually recommended, and I'm glad that they're doing that. It's very good that they're making sure to not allow any minors in there, because that would be more problematic for them. Mimi, you are another level, and I love it. Is this implying you're creating your own Discord community? Sadly, I doubt I'll be applying to the time zones unless you also want non-UK EU mod. I was meaning if mods wanted a mod for the Squirmimi channels in the Globy fan server. You want help? What? Want to help you? Oh, Shibi Cottonbun wants to help. I love Snail Eyes so much. They're so uniquely expressive. Time zone stops you from doing this. Of course, same thing here. I'm a US time zone. But I'm a very busy squirrel, so even then I probably wouldn't be able to do very much in modding. It's better to give opportunity to other people. Welcome back, everyone, to the VTuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of all sizes, shapes, forms. All types are always welcome, of course. Thank you so much for being here. Of course, I'm trying to make everything a better and happier place for VTubing, not having all of these negative Google Docs, backstabbing, that type of stuff. If it's a Google Doc, I usually cover it, but I don't like the backstabbing stuff. I don't like that. So I try to bring some positivity in here. Nyanko, Pankotanko is the one. Baby Yume EN, they are someone new. To wrap up this week on a special afternoon edition, Friday morning, they've been doing regular stuff here. So let's take a look. They are a Turkish Angora culinary cat girl. Interesting, that's quite a mouthful. I'm Nyanko Pankotanko, Turkish Angora culinary cat girl, coming to you live from the West Coast, Best Coast. I'm a bread-themed, radio-voiced variety VTuber who streams at 7 a.m. PST on weekdays and 5 a.m. PST on Sundays. That is very early. I grab a coffee with your favorite morning pastry, and I'll be looking forward to starting a day with you. And of course, as always, we're trying to look at some of the videos that they have posted here. Let's take a look at a recent clip from yesterday.
It's not kayfabe, but it's like that's people who like to pretend that I'm very silly, I'm an edgy. It's like rappers, like they think they like to pretend they're I'm a gooner in the streets, I'm a goon everywhere. And it's like, and then when you see it, it's like they're the most Christian child, the most
just
Christian
thinking
child in the household.
I love that you bring out like the example of rappers and you're just like, yo, I'm a gooner in the streets, I'm the goon in the sheets, I'm gonna goon all over you, motherfucking.
Oh god, there we go. Well, yeah. They do have a radio voice. They do definitely have a radio voice. Holy moly. And of course, here we have their YouTube side where they have their VODs because, as I've told you before, Twitch is really bad with VOD management and YouTube just keeps it there. As long as your channel is still up and still in good standing, your VODs will stay. And of course, Nyanko Pankotanko, thank you so much for allowing me to showcase you on my channel, and I do hope to scale to you at least some more eyes on yours. Thank you so much for watching. That is all the news that we have for today. Please let me know down below if you want to know any more news or if you have any comments regarding anything that you saw here, which I will try my best to respond to. I love seeing your comments down below. Of course, as well, like and subscribe to the channel. That will give you more information every single day. I do 2 videos a day, so hopefully you enjoy.